Welcome to the Void. We're gonna cover some CC today. Our favorite flat earther from Westchester County, New York. He says that in every video. I love it. Never change, CC. Actually, no. Do change. Because you're a flat earther who believes in all sorts of wild conspiracy theories like chemtrails. And that gravity doesn't exist. So maybe you should change, but never change your intro. It's absolutely perfect. Anyway, so let's see what CC's talking about today.
All right, same thing. Really quick. How did you learn how to catch it?
How did I learn? I don't remember. I was so young, I don't know.
Did anybody actually teach you that?
Probably.
Instincts. Totally beneficial. That way you use your perspective. You figure out, it's flat that was stationary.
Oh, we're going in this direction. All right. CC, my instincts are not on the same level as everyone else's. I can catch a ball, but there's a reason I'm not a star athlete. I don't have that kind of coordination. So I'm just going to go with the argument that catching a ball is completely instinctual, right? There's no innate talent. I mean, there is innate talent, but there's no, nothing you can learn. It's just how good you are from birth. I don't have that skill. Other people do. So maybe it's possible that people's innate perspective is different and variable, and that what you think is true based on your perspective actually isn't, because, hear me out, your perspective is wrong. We can go out and get a bigger perspective from space, which, by the way, actually does exist, and we can see the Earth. We can see the globe that it is. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The Earth is beautiful and wonderful, and I think both of us would agree on that. But you do realize, your perspective is based on where you are currently, and if you change your perspective, you'll have a whole new outlook. So why not try doing that, CC? Try it. And that's it for CC. That was a quick one. Let's keep going. This will be a little bit longer.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris.
His beautiful intro.
Westchester County. It's 2-6.
This was filmed 2 days ago.
2-7.
Hang on. Why is it's getting all fuzzy? Hang on. Just have to up the quality, because suddenly auto quality is garbage. I always go for the level just under HD, because that way my computer isn't going to strain too much.
Yeah, no, it's 2-6. 22.
Oh, so it must be mid... No, it looks like there's daylight. Can anyone tell me what time it is back there? It looks like it's almost 11, maybe 10:40. I'm just trying to look at that clock in the background.
They don't mean anything, really, except days of your lives. Anyway, the video that I posted that yesterday with the 3 suns, I mean that really is a halo.
Guess we'll have to go back and look at that.
Reflection coming off the dome, and that's what creates that. And if you look up,
Oh no. Oh no, I can't wait to see
you can
this.
see that it's almost the shape of the dome. So we don't know what.
Oh, hang on, he's about to say it.
There is no space, obviously.
So, here's the thing. CC doesn't know. He has actively admitted that he doesn't know what the Earth is made out of. He doesn't know if it's a dome or a rectangle or what have you. He just knows, quote unquote, that space isn't real and the Earth doesn't set and the moon doesn't revolve. He knows that. He doesn't know what the sky is, what stars are, but he knows that they aren't real because reasons?
The stars, as all the astronauts say, cannot be seen from space. Does that make any sense at all to you? Does it? You can't see stars. When you go
Hmm.
into space, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, because of the sun, right?
No, that does make a lot of sense because when you're in space, you don't have the Earth acting as a shield against the light, and which would allow you to see the stars in relief. Like the sun would literally blot them out. And I'm sure the atmosphere plays a role in this too, of like capturing and focusing the light, perhaps, or bending it in a way that we can see it. That makes sense. If you could blot out the sun somehow on your ship, you would probably be able to see the stars, but you would still have like the penumbra of the shadow, the narrowing middle ground of the shadow. So you'd really have to work at it. Like it doesn't make sense at first, but then you stop and think about it, and you're like, oh wait, but in space they don't have the shadow, and all of a sudden everything fits together. It's not hard, Cece. You just have to think a little bit.
No, it doesn't. Because they don't exist.
They don't exist.
It's a light show up there. It's an amazing light show up there. And that's all it is. I don't know where these lights are coming from. I mean, is it coming from the dome or is it a separate system on top of the atmosphere? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is when you get up there, and we've done it, you don't see any stars at all whatsoever.
So he does think we've been to the top of the atmosphere, but he doesn't think we can see any stars. I don't understand this, Cece. I don't understand how you think that we can not go into space, but we can be in the dome or whatever you want to call it. How do you know that we've done this? Looks like he's lost weight though. Good for him.
I don't know how else to tell people this. I mean, there's just no explanation of any of the nonsense that all the space agencies, military.
Right, because NASA is military, according to Cece. Look, Cece, I know it's convenient because now we have a space force to just call all that stuff military, but NASA's civilian. And trust me, if they were military, we would have nuclear missiles out in space aimed down at every country that ever was a threat to us. And NASA's funding would probably be triple what it is now. Because frankly, it's what, like 1-2% of the whole budget of this country? It's frankly pitiful.
This just doesn't make any sense.
Right, doesn't. We should fund NASA more.
Do you realize that our moon is the only
Oh,
satellite up there that is not revolving?
okay. Quick refresher. Revolving is moving around another object. Rotating is moving around an axis. So rotating is spinning around an axis. Revolving is going around something else entirely. Just so we are all on the same page. I know it's easy to get those confused.
A 1 in a zillion chance. It just happens to be our moon. It's the only one that's not revolving.
So he just made that sign with the hands. I think he's mixing up revolving and rotating, which, granted, Easy mistake to make. I made that mistake when I was watching this the first time and trying to think about it. But I was also aware that that was a common mistake in trying to like figure it out. You know how sometimes you mix up left and right? You're like, okay, just double check and make sure. He's not double checking, dude. He's not double checking.
All the other planets on Saturn and all these other satellites on these other planets are revolving, but we just happen to be the only one in the entire universe that it stands still.
Okay, so he's definitely mixing up rotating and revolving. Can't get behind it. There you go. Cece, if you have two objects, right? And one is moving around the other. It goes 360 degrees around it. I want you to do this right now, right? Hold one fist up. Just hold a fist up with your left hand or right hand, whatever your non-dominant hand is. And then put two fingers out to represent the smaller object. This will be the moon. And you have two fingers out, your pointer finger and your thumb. Just extend those and put the rest into a fist, because I'm going to make a point right now. The pointer finger should point at your fist just to start, and the thumb should point away. Now, we aren't going to rotate our wrist at all. Don't spin your wrist. Just move your hand around your fist. And if at any point the thumb is the closest finger to the fist, then guess what? We can see the back. And that happens when there's no rotation. So let's try it now. Starts with the pointer finger pointing at your fist. Move it around, 90 degrees. They're equally distant. Move it around, 180 degrees. Cece, look at this. My thumb is facing the fist. That means that an object that doesn't rotate as it revolves around the Earth would end up showing every side to the Earth. You know what that means, Cece? It means you fundamentally misunderstand something. We found it! We found your mistake. You're just misunderstanding. You're just ignorant. Okay, now we can solve this. Now we know the issue. So, Cece, the moon does rotate, because what happens is that as it moves around the Earth, it spins at the same rate, so that the same side is always facing the Earth. The pointer finger, in the example that we were just doing, the pointer finger will rotate, so you can, if you want to do it with me, you can rotate your wrist as you do this, so that your pointer finger is always facing your fist. That's what the moon is doing. It's literally spinning as it revolves. It's just at a specific rate, so that the one side of it is always facing us, the other side isn't. What we call the dark side of the moon is not a dark side. It just doesn't face us. It's only dark because we can't see it. That's it. That's all that's happening, Cece. We found it. We found the issue. Oh, he's cute when he's wrong.
You know why? Because it doesn't exist.
The moon doesn't exist. That's why.
It's a projection.
Oh? Of what? From where?
That's all it is.
Of what, Cece? A projection of what? Where is it being projected from? What is allowing us to see it? Why is it so regular? How do we have this technology? What is happening? Explain. I have so many questions.
I'm sorry. The latest out for you, but it's a projection, just like the sun is.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you've been fed all your life is a lie.
Oh, of course. That's exactly what it is.
My favorite was
Here we go with the Hollywood elite again. Always got to bring these up in conspiracy theorists. They're always the evil ones.
before I got into Flutter, I was really into Lady Gaga.
Oh, and he mentions Lady Gaga. All right. I think, oh man. We got to do something at some point for conspiracy theories, because I don't want to do bingo. Someone else already does bingo, but we got to do something, because these people, when they mention stuff like this, it's really funny to see all the connections that they make.
You look at her now. Do you see a problem with her?
No, I think she's wonderful.
Hollywood actresses and actors, they've sold their soul.
He probably thinks they literally have sold their soul too.
They don't realize exactly why they've sold their soul.
I'm
It's
pretty sure they do.
it's called
Oh,
politicians.
I'm pretty sure they do. And I'm like, I agree, Hollywood's corrupt, but you don't have to sell your soul to get into it. You just have to sell your time, your money, and intellectual freedom. Which, I mean, granted, you could call that a soul, and I would agree with you, but if you want to call it like a holy, divine soul that will grant you salvation if you give it to Jesus, that I would disagree with. It's just your intellectualness, your personality. That's all. You gotta market yourself, you know?
Politicians are corrupt. Everything is corrupt.
Oh.
Probably asking, so what do you say, Bruce? Do we live in hell? Possibly. I don't know. We can't.
I'm pretty sure we don't live in hell. Um, Look, I've never been to hell. I've never been to heaven either. I sort of exist outside of all of that, being a void. But I have avoided the fires of hell plenty of times, and the screams that have come to me that have gone unheeded. Yeah, pretty sure you aren't in hell, Cece. You aren't screaming in agony every second.
Get out of here. We're covered with something. We
Hmm.
can't leave here.
If we want to go with Christianity, you are covered by the blood of Christ. Do you think that's it? Do you think it's just the crystallized blood of Jesus Christ that is covering us and protecting us from whatever is on the other side of that dome? Huh. Maybe that's it, Cece. Maybe you just need to delve deeper into your own mythology.
We can't go anywhere else but here. It costs an enormous amount of money to even go down to the ice walls.
Ice walls. If they're even there. Cece, are you doubting your own beliefs? He's talked before about how Antarctica has ice walls and how you can never go down there. No one lets you go see it. You can go and buy cruises to Antarctica. If you really want to, you could go walk to the South Pole. Like, it's not encouraged. People try to leave Antarctica alone except for scientists, but it's possible. Yeah, it's expensive, but prohibitively expensive, but it's possible. But the fact that he's now saying if they even exist about these ice walls, when that was a key feature of his belief like a couple months ago, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how these ideas are evolving in his head.
It's all militarized. The skies are militarized. Do you know what that means? That means if you build a rocket up in your backyard and you decide to go up into the atmosphere and go really, really far, well, you're going to get in a little bit of trouble because the military owns that.
Of course, of course, the military owns the sky. They control airspace, but that's different from controlling the sky. You can send a rocket up into space if you want. You just have to you know, keep in mind that you aren't gonna hurt anything or anyone. Be aware of that stuff. There's nothing wrong with sending a rocket up. Heck, Elon Musk did that. Remember? Ectobard. The devs didn't program past the ice wall. Yeah, that's exactly it. We're just in a matrix simulation, and there's nothing past that. It just missing though all around us. There's nothing but hacks and glitches all around us.
The only thing that they don't own is 8.5 miles below us, which we can't dig down to.
Okay, I just have to. I keep interrupting. I'm sorry, but I can't let this one go. The geology the geologist in me is just screaming at this. We can't dig down that far because the Earth's crust is not that thick, and as you dig down that far, it's usually with a drill, so it's not like a huge open pit, which would be an enormous effort. It's usually just straight down with a drill. So you have to deal with the pressure of the surrounding rock, the heat of the surrounding rock as you get closer to the lithosphere and the rest of the mantle, and you would have to deal with like how the minerals are becoming more dense. There's the heat of the drill that you'd have to worry about. There's fluids and removing material, and as you go deeper, that becomes progressively harder because you have to bring that material up further and further. You have to create a drill that can actually go down that far. There's a lot of mechanical difficulties in drilling down beyond a couple miles. A mile is a long distance when you're talking vertically. When you're talking horizontally, you can walk that in a few minutes. When you're talking vertically, you have to think about every inch of earth is an obstacle. And there's over 2,000 feet in a mile, which means what's 12 times 2,000? 24. There's over 24,000 inches of obstacles between you and just going down 1 mile, let alone 8.5, let alone 10. Like at some point, you would reach just the plastic magma of, not magma, but the plastic rock of the mantle. And the moment you do that, there would be a point where the pressure difference is enough where when it's, the rocks are kept solid by pressure of the surrounding rocks. If you drill down far enough, you release that pressure. And what happens is then minerals that are being kept solid begin to melt and seep into the hole that we've created and create this hot magma that we then either have to have a drill that's resistant to it and can remove that material while also keeping it liquid so it doesn't like solidify on the tube that's bringing it up, or you just accept defeat and say that's the limit with our current technology. I love talking about this stuff. That's why it's so difficult to dig down that far. CC has zero understanding of what he's talking about. It's fun to listen to, though, and I do like the chance that I got to just info dump about that. Thank you, CC. You're doing wonderful service for me.
We don't have the technology to get down that far.
True.
But yet we have the technology to go to the moon. But all of this.
It's almost like moving through air, and the vacuum of space is easier than moving through the solid substrate of the Earth. But no, that can't be it. That's too logical. You gotta think weird when you're coming to CC. Wake up, sheeple! Wake up! Alright, we're gonna watch one more. We're gonna watch one more CC just because I'm really enjoying his content. We're gonna see if we can find that 3 sun video. Let's see. Oh, 3 suns in the morning today. Perfect. February 5th. It's 25 seconds long. Maybe we'll watch another one after this. I just really like CC. Oh, I see what's happening. I can see what's happening here. Do 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 do. I'm off key, but that's fine. It means I won't get copyright struck. That's a really cool view, not gonna lie.
Sunrises.
That's really beautiful. So what's happening here, I don't think he's going to even go into it because there's 3 seconds left. What's happening in here is if you you can kind of see that these are sort of on the left and the right, where he's seeing these suns. It's sort of arcing and curving around this sun. So what's happening is, if you've ever seen a double rainbow, that's exactly what this is. This is just a rainbow, but you can't see it connect all the way. You just see it at the bases. So if you believe in leprechauns and you go to one of these locations, you might be able to find that lucky pot of gold. You know, if you're lucky and you have a boat that can sail out to the middle of the ocean in only a few seconds, that's possible. But that's all this is. This is just a rainbow captured in those low-lying clouds here and here, with the sun here. So you can kind of see how it traces right around here, right around like that. And the sun here is in the middle. It's like it's a perfect representation of how the atmosphere captures and bends light as it's coming in at a very acute angle. That's what's happening. That's all that this is. It looks beautiful, but it's not three suns. It's just a rainbow. Let me take a picture, he says, as he takes a video of it. CC, you know how this works, right? No, wait, no. I wanted videos. Dang it. Okay, the videos. Uh-oh. Good. Okay, to catch a ball, three suns. Oh no, that was it. Alright. If he's got another one that's like less than perfect.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris.
CC here. My old friend. Alright, we're gonna watch this, and this is gonna be our last CC video for the day, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. Love that sync ASMR.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York,
Westchester County.
It's
Love him.
29.
Does he have a cat? Oh, he's got kids. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Aww. Look, I don't agree with his ideas or his politics, but kids are cute, and he's very concerned. I like to see that.
Everything all right?
Aww. Oh, he does have a cat. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, that is so adorable. And he's encouraging his kids to like stay out of his video. He doesn't want to involve them in his stuff. Responsible parenting. I like to see that, CC, or grandparenting, whatever it is. Good job, CC. That was cute. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the little bit of wholesomeness.
Politicians.
Oh, we're getting right into this.
You know what? Since they
Gotta watch out for those kids.
most extreme possibility
See?
has been
Vape?
imagined by allowing illegals in here and
Oh. Okay, so we're getting into a Trumpian rant about illegals and stuff. There's nothing wrong with people coming into the country. In fact, our laws actually say it's perfectly legal and allowed to claim asylum. And the fact that we don't have a system in place to deal with that is more of a feeling of our country than it is any statement on the immigrants who are trying to escape dangerous places in their homelands.
getting our gas prices and getting our taxes and
That's
your food prices.
gas prices suck.
You know what?
So I don't know what that he's talking about there.
Go away. Because us Americans will work it out. We'll figure it out. Go away. Take a year of vacation. You know, go to the Caribbean.
Oh, he's
Go
talking
to
to
Aruba,
politicians.
whatever. You know, sit out there. You know, obviously we'll pay for it. You're paying your salary every cent. Just go away. Go away for like
Cece, do you know how this works? First of all, the politicians are Americans, so they would be able to help figure it out. Secondly, the politicians are the ones who make these decisions about how our world works. So if you're telling them to go away, you want new people in power. That's great. Help put new people in power instead of just complaining about it and then wanting a clean slate. That's completely unhelpful.
A year, okay?
A year. Ooh.
And we'll figure all of this out for ourselves.
Dawson.
You see how political bullshit is taking over this entire world?
Who is he saying we? Who is this us that will figure it out? All Americans? All Americans can't figure out anything. Are you kidding? Our country is so divided right now. Like, we could barely agree on what podcast to watch or listen to. We can't agree on anything. That's why we elect people to do that for us. That's what those people are there for. And look, I'm not going to say or pretend like they do a good job all the time. They don't. But that's, again, a failing of our system that allows this kind of corruption in our world, in our country. And if we got rid of that, it would be better. But that's a little bit off topic. The point is, he's blaming the wrong people and trying to just get a clean slate when he doesn't understand that would be, at best, it would just put us back to where we are already, and at worst, we'd actually regress because we'd have no way of actually making decisions. A lot of people are just too busy to engage in that kind of political intrigue and decision making. We're working minimum wage jobs.
You didn't hear that?
Didn't hear what?
When you see how bad it's gotten.
What's got?
You see how the politics. I mean, it's like.
I like that little lip thing he does.
I thank you for something.
Oh, that's it. Apparently that's all he has to say. Doesn't want to say more in front of his kid. I get that. I respect that. Alright. Thank you, Cece. Well, let me know what you thought down in the void below. Just shoot your thoughts down there. I'll be sure to read everything. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, you know. And remember, the void loves you.